Hello everyone, my name is Marylou Zolj and I'm in a Stampin Up Demonstrator on the Gold Coast. And for this week project, I thought I'll make a set of cards in a little box, and I'll be using the note cards and envelope. Now these are beautiful to use. It comes in a pack of 20 with the cards and envelope, economical, and they make really lovely gifts ideas. So I thought the Mother's Day is coming. It's a nice little gift to give to mom or anyone for that matter. So I'll show you. I use 4 of the white, 4 cards and the 4 envelopes. Also I'll be using this stamp set, the vertical greetings, also on the annual catalog. And I'll be using from the second relief the new designer paper, Painted Season. I won't be using the stamp set. I'm going to use the paper. I love this paper so much that I thought I'm gonna design the whole set just using designer paper. And for the greeting, I'll be using the vertical greeting. So hopefully you'll enjoy this project. Okay, so to start, okay, you need the 4 cards and envelope. For the box, we need 7 5/8 by 10 5/8 piece of cardstock. Then we need some for the cards. We need the designer paper for the front, 2 inches by 5 inches. We need 4, and there's 4 different designer on the card, so we need to use 4 of each. And also we need a thin strip like that, which is the back of it. So each one of them, you cut a strip that is 1/2 inch by 4, and you need 4 of 4 different designs, right? And then we need some little scraps for the box, so we can make a frame for the box. We need a piece of scrap that is about 2 by 4, and we need a window sheet that is 2 by 3 and 7/8. Now don't worry about the measurements. I will put a link below the video with my blog, and you can get all the measurements from there. Okay, so all right, to begin, I think we'll start making the little card. I show you what it will look like. We're gonna do 4, but I done 4 before, so you didn't have to wait, but we're gonna do 1 together. Okay, so this is the idea. So this is one of the designer papers. How cute. Remember I said to cut 1 2 by 5, that's 2 by 5, and the little strip is just the reverse of that. Okay, so then I glue it in there, and then I just fussy cut some of the papers, and I done that one. So that's that one design. That's the other design. It's really beautiful paper. That's my 3rd design. And now for this 4th card, we're gonna be using this one. The envelopes, I also decorated it so it matches the card. So I think it's nice to have everything matching. Okay, so there's the card. So to do this one, okay, so we'll just get the card like that. We turn this one upside down. You can use glue or you can use type. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of type at the edge of here. Okay. We just peel that off, and we get the reverse of this, and we're gonna glue that on top of this, leaving about 1/4 of an inch. Just like that. Simple. Okay, and then on the back you can put type again around it, so we can glue it later into the card. You can use glue if you like. I normally use glue, but I thought for this project, so you can see that it doesn't matter what adhesive you use, it will do the same job. So there you go. So, and then I'm gonna put a little bit in here extra for my little string, and for that I use the linen thread by Stampin' Up. Okay, so now let me get that. So I just get my linen, get a blue dot, and I make it into a little bow, just like that. And I'm gonna position that little bow where I think I want my bow to be. And then I grab, this much is what I need. Put it under. Remember this little bit that I got here? I'm gonna use that to secure the back of my linen. Like that. Then come here, put the other end into the glue. And now it's like I got a spare pair of hands. That thread doesn't go anywhere. Okay, let me move some of my mess. And now we make a little bow. It's a bit too long on this side. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's trim the extra bit. So that's what we got so far. So now we just pull and that's ready to go. Oh, now before we glue it into here, let's stamp it. Now how I stamp it, I'm gonna be using my Stamparatus. So what I did before I set this up, I set it up before. What I did is I cut one piece of paper the same size of my card and I position it in here. So then I work it out where I wanted mine. So now I know that that's correct, okay? So when you're doing multiples, the Stamparatus is a magnificent machine. It's just such a good tool, this one. All right, so then I use Tranquil Tie. So we just stamp a little bit. Close the lid. Bit of a pressed. Done. And it always comes beautiful and straight. Now let me put this back so it doesn't dirty my piece of paper. So that's done. That's all the stamping done. When you're doing multiples, this is good because then you can do like 4, 5, 6 different cards. That's how I did this one. And they always stamp in the same position. So all your cards are gonna be identical, which is nice when you're making a set. So that's why the reason I like to use the Stamparatus when I do this sort of thing. Now I'm just gonna glue this on top of my card, like about 1/4 of an inch from this side. That's that. And then from your piece of, from your designer paper, get some scraps, little scraps, and cut yourself some pieces of paper and decorate your card. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So on all of them you can see I cut some bits. So on this one I put the corn, on this one I put the flower, and on this one I put some mushrooms and flour, and everything done with the designer paper. I mean, it's so beautiful, why not use it? So I think on here I like this nice big flower, so I'm gonna get a little bit of glue. Put it in there. And I'll cut another little bit. Let's see if I can use this a little bit. Yep, I don't think I like those leaves. So let's cut those leaves out. And this one, I may just glue it right on the top. So even the edges of your paper, don't just throw them away. See, this is just half a flower, but that's just perfect to put right on the corner here, on the top. Yeah, see? I think that's quite cute. So then we're gonna, oh, that's for the designer, for the envelope. So then we close it, make sure that it's even on the edges. my bone folder. And there's the cards done. And for the envelope, remember the 1/2 inch by 3 7/8. We're just gonna put it over here. Little bit of glue. 1/4 inch from the edge. And now that's a little set. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're all the same. So we done one together. So we put them aside, and now we're going to make the box to put them in. To make the box, you need to have a 7 5/8 by 10 5/8. So we're gonna get the scoreboard. And we're going to score on the short side at 1/2 inch. One and 1/8. And this box is going to be reinforced, so it's quite strong. 6 1/2 and 7 1/8. Now on the long side, we score a 1/2 inch. 1 1/8. 5 5 5/8. 9 1/2. And I'm just looking at my note. 10 1/8. Okay, so that's all the scoring for this. Now we're going to cut it. Okay, to cut it, let's see if you can see it. I don't know, this light is not very good, this light. Let me fix up this light and I'll be back. Sorry, I don't know what happened. For some reason it stopped recording. So anyway, we continue again. So now I got cut off showing you how to do this. So then you do cut it in here, and again we do those little notches on either side. And we do the same thing on the other side. Notches. Okay, and then we're gonna cut all these little squares like that to all the corners on both sides. Okay, so that's what we got so far, right? Now let me clean up this mess. Get rid of all these bits and pieces. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is burnish all the score lines in here. Okay, so this is gonna be the top of our box. Okay, but I want to make a little window here so we can actually see the cards. So I'm going to get the dies. I'm going to be using the rectangle dies, and I'm going to be using these two. The two. Okay, so to cut the hole in here, I'll be using the small one. And then I'm going to cut a frame with this little piece of scrap. Like I'm gonna do this on the big shot, put it together like this, and I'm gonna cut myself a little frame, and I'm gonna make a hole in the box there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. Now I just went through the big shot, and I cut I put this in here like that, and that one like that, and this is what I got a nice little frame. We can keep this for another project, all this, but this is what we need. And I cut the box, just put that on top of the box, and I cut myself a box. Now it doesn't fit because it's too long, so what I did is I just fold this like this, and then inside, and then I cut it so it fits inside my big shot. So all right, so that's done. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to glue this pretty frame on top of our box. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Just like that. So that's done. And then the window sheet, we're going to put a window sheet on the back, so like that. So for that, we're just going to put a little bit of tape just on the edge here. Oh, Marylou, make a mess. Little bit of tape around the frame. Okay, so we just burnish the tape, take the backing off, backing off, and glue our make sure that you burnish this really well so it sticks to your window sheet and it doesn't come off. So that's done. So now we have a window. Now to decorate this, I thought I'll stamp the "For You" here, make something different. I thought I'll decorate it different. So we're gonna put the "For You." Hopefully I stamp straight. Beautiful. So that's done. And now we're gonna fussy cut some flowers. I did some before, so you didn't have to watch me cut it. So I thought we'll put some in here. We put some in here, and I got some nice ribbon, which we're going to get some ribbon. I thought I have everything here, but no, I don't. So I'll go and get some, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back again, and I found this beautiful ribbon, so we're gonna use that ribbon. Now before we attach the flowers and that, I think we better close the box, build the box first. Okay, so we burnish, let's burnish all our score lines. All these little ones. Okay, now we're gonna put some tape in the box and then we put it together. Okay, now we're gonna put sticky tape. So I've added sticky tape in all these flaps, here, 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 there, there, and all these little ones. Okay, so they are simple. I just put it on here and cut it with the scissors, and I put on, make sure that you reinforce, put quite a lot of sticky tape like that, you know, make it, put quite a bit on that. Let's put some on this here. So sticky, very sticky, this sticky tape, super sticky, but you need to have a strong type when you're building up boxes. You don't want the box to come apart. And 2 more here. And that's it. I think I've done them all. Okay, so now to build the box, that's the top. So this is going to be the lid that closes into here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these 2 here, 2 little ones here, and I'm going to make sure that that is on here. Make sure that the edges are really nice and neat. Okay, so you do that side and we do this side. And again, this goes in here on the bottom. Make sure that it's nice and neat. So that's what we got so far. That's the lid, and this is going to be the bottom. So now we're going to glue these 2 little flaps into the bottom, which is the bottom of your box here. So again, I make sure that these are lined up really well. Same on this side. And then to make the box really strong, that's where we got that little extra 1/2 inch on each side. And then you take the flap and you glue the flap inside, and that reinforces, it makes the box very steady and really strong. And we do the same thing on here. We take this out and we glue that into the lid just like that. Make sure that it's nice and even and lined up properly. Take your time when you're doing this. Right, and now these ones we close it like we did on the bottom one. Take those flaps out and glue that, and the other side, and the top lid. And that's your box. There you go. Nice. Now we're gonna decorate it. I'm gonna get a little bit of this ribbon and make a little bow. First, put dimensionals on these flowers. We put them here, and this one maybe at the top. It will look cute on the top. And then I'm gonna make a nice bow. I think I'll get my bow maker. My husband making me this bow maker. So I just make a nice bow. I'm gonna put that just below the flowers with a glue dot. Yep, a little bit of a trim, and I think that's good. Okay, so now that's the box done, and then we're gonna get our 4 cards, got our envelopes, we'll put the envelopes together. So we put the envelopes inside, and our 4 cards. Oh, which one we're gonna put on the top? This one, this one. Let's say this one. It's my husband's favorite. And then when you close the box, it shows you the cards that you have inside. So I hope you enjoy this little project, and we'll see you next week. Remember, all the directions and all the details will be listed in my blog. Bye.